Hello everyone, we are Team Drishti and we are working on this very futuristic project that is the cruise control for pedestrians by non-invasive muscle stimulation using real-time obstacle detection and navigation. This presentation is to address the business model of the project and this is for the third presentation submission for semifinals of IICDC 2019. From the second semi-final submission, we have made or added many major changes in our project, and the same is being reflected in the business model as well. One of the most important thing is that we integrated the product with Google Maps so that with the help of smart assistants, person can navigate from one point to other. We have also added a GPS with our product so that we can get the accurate navigation of the person. Moreover, we have worked upon more extensive distribution techniques for the different distribution methods we discussed in our second semi-final submission. And the last, we have worked on the medical safety survey of the project and we met the doctor so that we can medically verify our product.
So our product is kind of unique and something like this has never existed before. The main features of our product is it uses an involuntary method of actuation using electrical muscle stimulation. So in this process, the muscles of a person are actuated according to the presence of an obstacle, and this process is way faster than other process of actuation such as vibrational or verbal actuation, in which a person has to think about making a move and then he has to take a decision and then move in a particular direction in order to avoid an obstacle. But what our does is it moves the person in the direction itself using muscle stimulation. So the second important thing about our product is its real-time obstacle avoidance. So in our product, the obstacle avoidance is in real time. It does not involve any delay as in other process, such as in other process in which you have to take pictures of an obstacle and various other methods already exist. So in our process, the obstacle is avoided in real time. As the obstacle arrives, it is avoided by our device using muscle stimulation. So the third most important thing about our device is there is no involvement of the person uh, in avoiding obstacles. The whole process is completely involuntary. He does not have to hold a scale. He does not have to hold a mobile camera in order to detect the obstacles.
So since first when we started developing our product, one thing that we are very sure of was that the shortages of solutions, not the demand. Because even in the year 2021, a blind person has to face same challenges in life as it was 10 or 20 years ago. So we believe that our solution is going to revolutionize the healthcare market, and with its upcoming compact design, it can be sold directly to customers as a ready-to-use product. Now, integration with some bionic products can be really very useful to use our technology in building some better products for the healthcare industry. And also, the huge amount of data that the device generates regarding the obstacles in a surrounding can be used to improve services such as various navigation services such as Google Maps, and it can act as a secondary source of revenue for us. The cost of our product is nothing as compared to the problem it solves. Now, as per our present estimates, it is going to cost way less than a good fitness tracker like Fitbit or Apple. So, basically, the device includes a BeagleBone Black board, which costs around 6,000, an EMS simulator, which costs around 2,700, a camera module, which costs around 6,000, LiDAR sensor, which is of 4,500, and a relay module, which costs approximately 90 rupees. So the total cost of the device would be approximately about 20,000 Indian rupees. So now when we shift to uh, when we shift to custom PCBs from the development boards like Beagle Black, uh, there will be a considerable cost reduction because the PC and as well as size reduction because of the small size of PCBs as compared to the uh, vegan bone black. So and also once we start developing at scale, the cost will reduce further. So it will be quite affordable uh, uh, device for healthcare. We can now for selling our product, we can sell our product directly to the end users, like various firms various firms do, such as Mobius, Binus, Johnson and Johnson, etc. We can provide a customized device to customers who can easily afford it according to their need, and of course with doctor's advice. They can book the device through our website and specify their needs. And after their medical verification, we'll provide them with their custom Drishti devices along with personal assistance to use it more efficiently. Now, for those people who cannot afford our devices, to we are planning to partner with some government medical schemes in order to provide our product at a subsidized rate. These devices can be distributed at government health camps, uh, and it can also be customized according to the need of the person, and with and they will be provided with some assistance in order to use the product and how to use it efficiently. We can also collaborate with various bionic firms to integrate our device with some of their products, like bionic limbs, to make them smarter, which can prove to be very helpful to the users of such devices. Our obstacle detection module can help in better movement of artificial limbs according to any obstacle in their surroundings. So it will help an impaired person in. Now, apart from the product, we also intend to sell the loads of data generated by thousands of such devices to big data firms involved in navigation and path mapping. The data regarding permanent obstacles detected by our devices can be sold to firms like Google, as it can help make their services like Google Maps more informative and useful. We are fully committed to making our product as compact and user friendly as possible, and we are continuously trying to improve our design to make our device more and more efficient. We are planning to use specifically designed PCBs instead of conventional IoT boards to make our design more compact. We are also planning to use wireless micro electrodes that can be put inside under the skin uh, in future, so that the user does not have to worry about dangling wires around his body. So these are some recent changes that we made on our product. So we are planning to integrate our product with Google Maps to assist the user in reaching his destination by providing some directional assistance to the person. So he or she can select a specific route for navigation using the inbuilt Drishti chatbot, and his location will be tracked using GPS in real time, and the device will help him reach his other destination.
Hello everyone. Now let us talk about the development and expansion of Drishti as a product. First of all, we'll talk about the upcoming challenges. So there are major challenges that we have to tackle before the product launches. The first thing is we have to gain the medical trust of the customer, as this project is related to a person or involving a human being. The second point is we have to make the prototype really small. Because of it, it becomes really portable for the person. Last, we have to get it verified from some government bodies such as FDA and DCGI to distribute the product commercially. So let us talk about how we can gain the medical trust of the customer. We met Dr. Ashish Sharma, who is the assistant professor at neurology at Dr. RPG Medical College of Hospital in Kangra, Himachal Pradesh. We did this before the lockdown. So our team met Dr. Ashish Sharma to medically verify the product, and we were happy to find out that The method of navigation that we are using the muscle stimulation is completely safe and in terms of medicals, because the device, that is the stimulation device used to stimulate the muscle, is clinically proved safe. Second thing, he pointed out that if attached to the user perfectly, he won't feel any kind of uneasiness during the actuation process of the serratorial muscles. Moreover, he even appreciated the innovativeness of project, and he told that this method is quite futuristic and is completely safe according to the medical standards. This is a small picture of the team while we were meeting Dr. Ashish Sharma, and this was taken at RPG Medical College and Hospital at Kangra, Himachal Pradesh. The second upcoming challenge that we have to face is how can we make the prototype smaller. Currently, we are working on the deployment using BeagleBone and other Texas instruments. But to make the prototype smaller in the future so that it becomes more portable, what we have to do is the BeagleBone should be replaced with only the necessary components. All the components should be connected with each other using stripboard. Then finally, we'll come up with a smaller PCB using the surface mount components that would be assembled in the factory. Now let us talk about the customer acquisition of the product. The initial acquisition will be as medical trials on particularly the blind people, but later on expanded to all the needy people as well. Once the people realize that it works properly and it is medically safe for them as well, the acquisition of the customer will be quite easy. And because of the cost effectiveness as well, the customer might feel that this is a better option for them as well. Customer acquisition techniques will include technical assistant cost at early adopting hospitals and simple marketing campaign towards the medical professionals.